think that's the Golemancer build. I haven't really looked at it in like a month plus. So. All right. Will this be a video? No, I already made the video. Okay, so TLDR, they're changing a whole bunch of stuff in Diablo. New season's coming out in 1 week today. I already know what I'm going to play. It's pretty simple. A lot of things we don't really know just how good they'll end up. But I don't think I was mostly looking at like Firewall Sork or to a lesser degree to play like a minion necro. I believe fire damage over time is nerfed, and I'll show you guys why. Quite a bit actually. So like if minion necro was nerfed too, I'd play Fire Sork. But they buffed the living bejesus out of minion necro. It is most likely the most buffed build in the game. So it's pretty hard to pass up. Yeah. So I think we're gonna go play Golem Necro, but there's a lot of things to consider. I haven't really like made the build, so fire damage over time isn't nerfed because crit damage is nerfed more. Okay, well, last season I played a Golemancer, and in hardcore in preseason I played a Golemancer because it's a good build. The Golemancer, to my rough estimate, will do 6 times damage or up to 10 times damage. So if you're like, well, this build's not nerfed because they're all nerfed, Golemancer is plus 1000% damage. Okay? So we're gonna play that if we must. Okay. Alright. Alright. Minion Druid's most buffed since there was almost 0 before. Yeah, sure. Okay, dude. Unique items. When you take damage from non-physical type, you gain 6 to 10 max resist to that damage type for 6 seconds. Only apply to 1 damage type at a time. So the new max resist is 70. You'll go to 80. This is 33 DR after you get hit from a follow-up hit if the follow-up hit is the same element. Those are garbage. Okay, Barb Helm, Druid, Rogue, Necro Pants. Your minions have 37 chance to curse enemies, and is affected by at least one of your curses. Take 70% multiplicative damage. Overpower. Yeah, that might be okay. Dot Golemancer. Updated uniques. But I can't click on them, it's just text. What do you mean updated uniques? Just text. This is just as good. This is just text. Alright. Blue Rose, damaging an enemy has up to 30% chance of forming an ice spike. Chance if frozen. Interesting. You know, does it say the stats? Did I miss something? Is it data mined? Godslayer Crown. When you stun, freeze, or mobilize elite enemy or boss, it pulls nearby enemies every 12 seconds. Each enemy you evade through reduces your active ultimate. That's pretty good, actually. The flicker step, that's pretty good. Damage over time. Healing potion all over here instantly. Grants a barrier for 200% of the healing for 4 seconds. Oh, while you have a barrier, you get damage reduction. Wow, that's not bad. Soulbrand, okay. Let's see if the stats are good, though, because you get a lot of defensive stats on the chest. Overpower. Yeah. Garbage. This one is pretty cool. 20 move speed, lose for 2.5 to 5 seconds after taking damage. Yeah, 20 move speed is pretty good if you're like avoiding damage pretty well, which in many cases you can. Alternating damage type. Nope. Share damage over time. Chance to generate essence. They don't really spend essence though. Conjuration. That's pretty cool, but Conjuration have horrible lucky hit rates. These are the new glyphs. Every 5 int, your corpse skills deal increased damage. Oh. Willpower, your desecrated ground deals increased damage. Those don't work for minion builds. It's those Forgotten Soul, dungeons, endgame, town, monsters, XP. Frostburn. Freeze duration increased by 70%. So, like, it goes to 20 freeze duration then? Overpower replaced with bonus life. So it's all stats, lucky hit, crit damage, and life. Oh, that's pretty good. Not for this build, though. Dariel's Disobedience is like giga buffed. Maximum plus 30 to maximum plus 66. Armor. Percent total armor affix has been increased by 160%. Like instead of like 9% armor, you get like 30% armor. Armor no longer affects resists. Right. You still need it. Damage bucket. Yeah. Oh, I see. So they have like the patch notes here in a way. Okay, fine. So Bone Prison doesn't bug stuff out anymore. You can't bug out Bone Prison, so Mendeln is like dead. Bone did not fucking increase the maximum health. Oh, tooltip fix, okay. Wait, are these just the bug fixes? Yeah, armor no longer affects elemental damage, yeah. Okay. Skeleton Warriors inherit Thorns, Skeleton Mages inherit Thorns, and Golem inherits Thorns have been combined into a single affix. Minions inherit Thorns. Yay! We can roll rings now. New affix added. Minions inherit Critical Strike chance. But they nerf the crap out of crit damage. And so minions didn't scale with crit very well because they got a third of your crit chance and a third of your crit damage. So it was like double screwed. So now if you scale crit, you can make them crit a bit more often. Honestly, I think this is pretty trash. I would probably avoid that still. CDR can appear on shields, which is quite good for the reason that minions have a set attack speed, so you want to use a slower weapon. So if you use a one-hander, you want to use a scythe, because a scythe is a speed of 1. Um, and if you use a shield, it's actually better than a source because you get the damage reduction, but because the shield keeps the speed of your main hand, it's not as much of a damage loss as it would be otherwise. I'm still probably using two-handers though. Yeah, so an armor value. We'll see, maybe not. Maybe Giga Armor Shields is worth it, but I really feel like I'm probably going to use a two-hander, but we'll see. Blood orbs, don't really care. Chance to leave a corpse. A lot of corpses. Max life, max life, max life. Decompose to make a corpse. 1.5 seconds. Doesn't really matter that much. Your minions cannot lose. New functionality. Your minions gain armor and resists. Probably still need that. Here applies your shadow damage rather than darkness skills. That's good. First bonus now applies to chilled enemies, second to frozen. Stunned, immobilized. Chilled and frozen. Oh, wait, that's nerfed then. Lol. Okay, standalone. Don't really care for that. Drain vitality. When a corpse is formed from your skills or minions. Yep, max life. Rathma's vigor. So you don't get 10 more life anymore. After being healthy for 12 seconds, your next overpowers timer reduced by 2 seconds each time a blood orb heals or overheals you for an amount greater than or equal to your base life. I don't know about that. Shower damage. So this is the previous one. This is the important part. You and your minions deal 10x damage enemies with Shadow Blight. Doesn't do that anymore. It's now... It's still only you can apply Shadow Blight, and then every 10th time... The minions can still proc it, but we just lost like 10% more. I think Shadow Blight is almost certainly better if you're actually playing a Shadow Dot build. But I think if you're playing anything else, it's nerfed. So yeah. Essence. More healing. The attack speed from Inspiring Leader is a little bit shorter, which is good. Damage percent per essence past 50. CDR increased. Every 5 seconds will heal for additional. Wait, what? No, that wasn't nerfed. I think they may have written that wrong. They nerfed the healing on the Skeleton Priest? That's not how I remember reading it. Skeleton Priest increased from 5 to 8 seconds. Total healing increased from 15 to 25. Yeah. They just like botched this. Yeah, I saw it. Okay, whatever. Book of the Dead. Sacrifice bonus. Okay, we don't care about that. Skeleton Warrior. So their damage goes from 11 to 14. That's pretty good. That's like a 25% increase the damage. It probably is a 25, and they just like rounded it. They don't do that much damage, but it's not an insignificant amount. It's important. It's not insignificant. Defenders. Oh, but not Reapers. Oh, I see. So non-Reapers got a damage buff. Well, that's too bad because I'm probably using Reapers. Basic attack damage increased by 100%. Oh my god. Alright, that's good. Yeah, that's like crazy. Ray Skeleton. Yes. Overpower. There's no auto corpse skill anymore, no. Skeleton mages 25 resist. It's now all minions get 35 all res. The mage glyph was pretty good. The warrior glyph was pretty bad. So probably still not using that. The rare node for skelly mages gives them all resists. 16. Flesh horror also 16. You get 30 resists. If your minions get like a percentage of your resists, it's probably fine. I don't think you need the mage glyph. The point of blue glyphs? Yeah, I don't actually know. Minion armor on Paragon is increased from 4 to 8. Golem armor increased. I mean, the golem's like invincible, so that's pointless. Total armor on golems active has been increased from 2 to 6. Whoa, okay. Yeah, we can roll with that. Golem damage increased to 100. Oh my god. That's so crazy. That's a multiplier. So if you got this, you used to do 1.4, and now they double the golem damage, and they double the effect of this glyph. So now you do 4. So the base damage of golems has been tripled. But also, we have to keep in mind that your minions basically didn't really scale with crit damage and vuln damage. And the vuln uptime was questionable at best. Golem login, yep. Skeleton warrior damage. Skeleton mage damage increase. Frenzied golem. Golem damage, golem damage. Fused golem, golem damage. Corporeal Paragon nodes in range. You and your minions deal 10% increased physical damage. Multiplier. All magic nodes within range have their effects increased by 150%. Yeah, but like, which nodes are those? %5 damage? Damage reduction, damage reduction, damage reduction. $40 minion damage? Nah. Not worth it there. Golem armor, golem damage. Probably not worth it there. Absolutely no way it's worth it there. Wither. Bloodbath, attacks guaranteed to overpower. All overpowered attacks deal 35%. Overpower looks pretty interesting. I'm just like, I'm not feeling confident um in making a character based around overpower because they completely redesign it. And I shit you not, it took like the most die-hard Diablo 4 theory crafters 2.5 months to figure out what actually affected overpower to begin with. Blizzard telling us that they like overhauled the mechanic completely to be in line with everything else basically tells me that it's going to do a completely fucking random amount of damage when I play the character. I just like the overpower stuff looks pretty good, but like man, I just can't pull the trigger on that. I can't make an overpower character and potentially like brick the whole thing. I just can't do it. But you know, if you do want to potentially do that, I will tell you that overpower does look pretty strong. It looks pretty strong, but it's just like a total black box. Yeah. Vuln crit is dead on Necro. I think Necro still has a lot of the crit multi off the aspects, so maybe not. Wither, that's good. Let's go into intelligence, that's good. Air damage over time. Unique items, total armor affix replayed with bonus maximum life. There's just horrible affixes then. Total armor damage reduction. Eh. Bloodless Scream is not usable anymore. Bonus skill damage increased by 100%, so now it's like 30. Overpower damage replaces essence cost reduction. That's actually a really good stat. Essence cost reduction can be pretty crazy. Damage increased. Yeah, the pendant looks really good, but again, it's like overpower. We'll see about that. River. Lidless wall. Recommend down. Hulking aspect. Longer appear on ring, instead helmets, chest, boots. Okay. Idle aspect, blood wave. I don't care about that. Sever. 7 minions, you gain increased damage reduction. No longer requires 7 or more minions. So it's just like 20% damage reduction, period, end of story. I mean, alright, I guess, sure. Yeah. Your skeletons gain, this is a multiplicative damage after 10 seconds. Now affects your golem. Summoning. Wait, what? Affects your golem as well as your golem. I'm gonna have to double check this one. Where is it? As well as your skeletons. Right. Yeah. So it still works on your skeletons. So basically, normally you just put this on a ring because it didn't affect your golem, but now because it affects your golem, I would potentially put this on the two-hander. And then I would put the attack speed aspect on the amulet. So it's not like gaining 80 more damage, but it's like gaining 60 more damage, 70 more damage, something like that. So basically the 4 multiplier for golem damage is now at about 7. So just from those 3 changes for golem, the golem base damage is about 7 times higher than pre-patch. 7 times higher. It's a big number. Again, the golems didn't do like a ludicrous amount of damage, but they were very solid. Coldbringer. So this is debate. This is finished. We don't use this anymore. If you use Bone Golem, you don't need this. And then if you scale Golem, if you scale your Golem, you have to use the Bone Golem. So this is completely zeroed out. Like this just doesn't matter anymore. Well, healthy blood orbs. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. The other thing I want to look at is the Vampiric powers. 22 powers. And they have like a requirement. You have to like theme your character. So, fairly straightforward. You have to have a new type of armor to actually activate the powers. Pact armor. And they can roll with 3 different pacts: ferocity, divinity, and eternity. And powers require a certain amount of these pacts to be equipped in order to activate. And you can reroll. So like, if you find best chest ever, you can put your desired power on it. And it's 5, that's the max, right? I just want to double check. I think it's 5. Chest, pants, gloves, boots, helm. 5, yeah. Have 5 and get 25 points. Okay. Do they have the vampiric powers here? Let me just make a second one. Because I want it to like work on the new patch. Is there like the powers thing here? No, not really. Alright. Your ultimate skills get 20 cooldown reduction. 12% increased damage for each nearby enemy for your damage over time effects. This is pretty good for Bone Storm. Your Conjuration Companion minion and Bat Familiar attacks deal increased damage to crowd control enemies. Inflict Vampiric Curse. That seems pretty good. Okay. 2 Divinity. So 2 Divinity means like 2 of your 25. Increased damage to enemies who are stunned, immobilized, frozen, or feared. If they're also injured and not elite, they're instantly killed. That's pretty cool. Like hit Conjuration Companion minion bat attacks have 60% chance to restore 10 primary resource and increase your damage by 10%. I mean, giving me some resource might be a pretty good way to just not use the cold mages, which is pretty nice. For 5 basic skills, one of your active cooldowns is reset by 2 seconds. What? Okay, dude. Your attacks deal 80% of your maximum life as physical damage to nearby enemies. Once every 4 seconds, you heal for 1% of your maximum life. 80% of your maximum life as physical damage to nearby enemies. It's like a second hit, basically, right? It's like pop. 80% of your maximum life. Quite a bit of base damage, I guess. Yeah, that's not bad. That might be pretty good. Enemies direct damage, inflicts them with pox. 8 pox. Plunges their infection, dealing 70% poison damage. 8 8 hits, 70 poison damage. I mean, if the minions work with this, it's great, but they probably don't. 10% chance to deal 300 and chill. 16 increased damage to vulnerable enemies. Enemies are vulnerable while affected by a vampiric curse from your other vampiric powers. Okay, that's great. Increased damage to vulnerable. Enemies are vulnerable while affected by a vampiric curse. The pets thing is cursed, right? Your Conjuration Companion minion have up to 30% chance to inflict when hitting enemies. Yes. So we probably use the Coven's Fangs. It looks pretty good. And then that will make them automatically vulnerable, so I don't actually have to vulnerable them myself. Which is pretty good, right? Because instead of Vuln, we can use the Blood Orb. For like Giga Heals, I guess. After not moving for 3 seconds. Alright, bro. What kind of game do you think we're playing? 20% chance to increase attacks by 40% of your movement speed for 6 seconds. Of your movement speed. Isn't there a cap on movement speed? What is it, like 75% or something? Still, a 30 attack speed is pretty damn good. Right? 200% total. Oh, so 100% bonus is the most. Wait, is 40% of your total movement speed then 80%? Because it doesn't say bonus. Wait, does this give you 80 attack speed? There's no way. This is ludicrous. Hmm. Yeah, that's crazy. .200 MS is hard to achieve. Well, 100 MS, yeah. Yeah. Well, if your minions inherit at least part of that, that's like really, really good. And it's really good just to be fast, so. 1% damage reduction for 2% life you're missing. So if you're at like literally 1 life and you're playing like a barrier build, pretty nice. You kill an enemy, fortify for 6% of your base life. Crit chance. When struck, 14% chance to fear nearby. And slow them by 80% for 2 seconds. You're guaranteed. Casting skills heals you for 3% life. Double this bonus while below 50% life. Nice. Even at 150 MS, it's still 60 attack speed. I mean, yeah, the attack speed is just crazy. Major, 6 pacts required. Sorry, maybe I'm an idiot. How do you get 6 pacts if it only shows up on 5 pieces of gear? Is there just like one extra that's not? You get up to 25 points. Each piece has different limits. What? They all have 5? So if they all have 5, do you need to have a multiple of 5? Like if you have 6 divinity as a requirement, do you need to have 2 of your pieces as divinity, which means you have 10 divinity, so you need to find something to do with 4 divinity? Each packed item increases that specific packed value by 1 on a piece of gear. Gear can have points in all 3 packs. Oh, see, it's just a full customizable 25 points, get whatever you want, as many or as few powers as you want. Five powers, and the maximum is 5 powers. Well, no, that can't be, because that means you just get 4 of these and just 1 of these then. Well, I guess some of these are more than 1. Okay. Okay, fine, let's just redo these. Lucky hit, 44% chance to inflict Vampiric curse on enemies. Enemies' Vampiric curse have 50% chance to spread it to other surrounding enemies. Cursed souls deal 200% increased damage. What? The fuck is a cursed souls? Bro, these are not the actual tooltips, are they? How's anyone supposed to figure this out? They showed the UI in the first stream, which makes it a lot clearer. Oh, okay. D4 accursed souls. Oh, dude, this is just ripped from the Blizzard site. Oh, yeah, okay, that site sucks. No effect if the armor piece. Move all pacts. So this has 3 pacts out of 5. Oh, I see. And it tells you like all the stuff that you have, and you have 5 total powers. Okay. It's in the first minute of the trailer. Season of Blood trailer.
It started small. Nameless people that no one would miss. God. Weaknesses.
No, that's not.
Some
To play as you drive back the vampiric horde, unholy vampiric powers to wield, and new endgame encounters to test your skill.
And players will need to harness the enemy's own blood magic against them to end this new evil before it's too late. In Diablo 4, the Season of Blood.
In Season 2, the people of Sanctuary have a new danger to face: invasion by an army of vampires. This shadowy vampire cult has laid claim to large areas of the world and have begun abducting innocent citizens to use in their dark rituals.
Everyone's lives are at risk, including your own.
In Season 2, players are going to uncover a plot led by a new ancient vampire named Lord Zir, who's awoken recently.
Lord Zir is a remnant of a lost age. Before there were humans in Sanctuary, it was inhabited by the firstborn children of Anarius and Lilith, who are known as the Ancients.
But
They said it was in the
because
first
of Anarius'
minute.
actions, the Ancients had their powers drawn away from them. But some among them were not strictly subject to a true death.
Is this
Zir
not
and
it?
his cohort were banished to sleep for an eternity.
To unlock or upgrade vampiric powers.
When you collect all of these various powers, they have costs, which are going to be detailed as part of the pack system. So armor pieces that you collect during the course of the season are going to have these packs associated with them.
And there are three types of packs, and you can use the boons they provide in order to fuel the blood seals for various vampiric powers. You can combine the power of different blood seals in the Sanguine Circle, so long as you have the appropriate combination of packs in order to power them.
One thing we've really tried hard to do is to provide powers that enhance every build so that there's no one right way to play when
not
pursuing that
sponsored
vampire fantasy.
There's one in particular that I like where as the player dashes, they turn to a cloud of bats, and they'll curse creatures they pass through along the way. As you kill those creatures, you're going to actually steal their souls. When you use certain abilities on your character, all of those souls are unleashed, dealing devastating damage to nearby creatures.
There's also an ability
That's
called
the
Rising
accursed
Moon,
souls?
where you can stack basic skills, and after you reach a maximum number of stacks, you go into a vampiric blood rage. If you can't get enough of bats, there's even a vampire power that allows you to summon a bat companion. They'll take a bite out of your enemies and have a chance to stun them.
Lord Zir's army is pushing across Sanctuary in an event called the Blood Harvest, which will always be active somewhere on the map, but will change.
Bro, that's really fucking confusing. Holy shit. Okay. Alright. Vampiric curse on enemies. Enemies with a vampiric curse eventually spread it. Curse souls 200% damage. While channeling a skill, you form a pool of blood beneath you. While channeling a skill in a pool, your channeling skills deal 40% increased damage. You gain 30% damage reduction. A pool can only form once every 8 seconds. Alright, hot take. No one will ever pick this. Have you guys used channel skills? You have to stand in the same spot for a while. No one's doing that. Whirlwind's a channeled skill? Yeah. And then you just whirlwind right out of this pool that has an 8-second cooldown. Okay. Your core skills overpower enemies, spawn 3 volatile blood drops. Damage, okay. When casting a mastery, weapon mastery, macabre, wrath, or imbuement skill, calls a bat ally to attack nearby enemies, dealing 80% physical damage with a 30% chance to stun. Okay. Is this a macabre skill? There's the macabre, the bone. Yeah, it's the bone. Macabre. Bruh. The bone storm's not macabre? God damn it. I want a damn bat. Bone prison. Blood mist. That's it? 3 skills? What the fuck? I mean, it doesn't say for how long. So like, maybe I get blood mist and then I just So we just blood mist once when we start like a dungeon and hope that it doesn't die. Okay. Increase damage over time to enemies that are moving or affected by Vampiric Curse. When you evade, you turn into a cloud of bats, becoming unstoppable for 4 seconds. Enemies along your path take 160 physical damage and are inflicted with Vampiric Curse. Holy shit. Really? Okay. So that's gonna be pretty popular. Enemy with a basic skill grants you 4 attacks every 10 seconds, stacking 5 times, reaching maximum stacks, Vampiric Rage, 160 basic skill damage, movement speed. Okay. So the evade one seems really good because necros don't have unstoppable very easily. Yeah, if anything, it just gives you unstoppable. The evade one's strong because it moves you much further. Oh, okay. So this one's really good. Metamorphosis, really good. Call Familiar. I kind of want the bat because, like, just an extra guy that does 80 base fizz is quite good. Right? That's quite good. Bone Prison, Trapped, Horrible, Mortify. I guess it's Blood Mist. Oh, you think the bat only hits once? The bat is a smack and vanish. Okay. Well, that's easy. So we're not getting that one. Alright. Let me, I just heard it from 2 people that it's a smack and vanish. So it's really only for people that are spamming these things. Like, this is probably quite good for, like a Sorc, if you're spamming a mastery skill, which is gonna be a few builds that do that. And then you get like 30% chance to stun. So like it's not like across the board garbage, but for a minion necro, oh, it's definitely across the board garbage. But yeah, that's fine, I guess. Okay, so everyone's gonna play this metamorphosis thing. Your core skills overpower, you spawn 3 volatile blood drops. No. No channeling. Lucky hit, inflict Vampiric Curse. Do we know what Vampiric Curse does? What does Vampiric Curse do? Oh, right. So in this game called Sword Burst, right, okay, so Diablo 4. Killing an enemy affected by a Vampiric Curse stores their soul. Casting a defensive macabre or agility skill would unleash stored souls to attack nearby enemies. defensive macabre. These are not defensive. Really? So I have to use a macabre skill? They all have cooldowns. Is Corpse Explosion not a macabre skill? It's in the macabre wheel, but it doesn't have the macabre tag. Has a corpse tag, right? But this is the macabre wheel. Yeah, it's like Necro's getting pretty screwed on these mechanics. Yeah, you're basically playing Bone Spirit, or you're just not using this mechanic. I don't think you're gonna use Blood Mist anymore. When you evade, you get 4 seconds of Unstoppable. There's almost no reason to use Blood Mist anymore. I might use this. Hitting enemy with a basic skill grants you 4% attack speed. You get 20 attack speed and 15 movement speed. I use one. I might now. Okay, so I guess we're probably just using a bunch of minor powers. Are there even 4 minor powers that are good? Casting skill heals. Doesn't matter too much. 40% chance to fear nearby and slow them. I mean, resilience is okay. Like, if you're almost dead, you have like 50 DR, right? Like 40 DR. 40 DR is a lot. But resilience is good, even if it's gonna do nothing like 99% of the time, it's still good. Ravenous is like ridiculous. Increase damage to vulnerable enemies. Enemies are vulnerable while affected by a vampiric curse from your other vampiric powers. No, I'm not leveling in Fields of Hatred. I shot down Undying. Which one's Undying? Yeah, Undying looks pretty terrible if you have barriers, and I probably will go for barriers. I like the vulnerable power, because I think I'm getting that anyway. If I can only have 5 powers, there's no way I can use 25 of the things. Injured is 35 and lower. Eh. Alright, hold on. Alright, so what are we gonna use? Maybe anticipation. Like 20 CDR can be quite good. Maybe. Okay, so we use Coven's Fangs. This one's actually really nice. I mean, that's not terrible. No, the costs are not too bad. 6% chance to restore up to lucky hit. Your minions are not supposed to have lucky hit, but it's kind of weird, right? Like, I don't know, maybe they do. 6% chance of lucky hit, restore 10 resource, and increase your damage by 10%. I think this is going to be really good. I think this is going to be key to essence recovery. %of your maximum life might be good. I like this a lot. Constant vuln. Ravenous is crazy. The damage reduction isn't bad. Those are all trash. And Metamorph is quite good. And Moonrise is quite good. If I use a basic skill, but it looks like I'll probably be using a basic skill. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's cut 2. Goodbye, resilience. Cut another one. 60% chance to restore 10 primary resource. And increase damage. The Coven. 2, 3, 5, 8, 14, 20. 6 powers that I want only cost 20. They don't even cost 25. See, that's kind of weird. Literally all the powers that I actually want on my character, which is still one too many, only cost 80% of the allowed points. Feels kind of sloppy for tuning, doesn't it? Like, why is the cap even there? It's not really supposed to be limiting. I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's not limiting, so yeah, I guess you're right, yeah. Okay. So what's non-negotiable? This is absolutely non-negotiable. Resource, we'll see. I really like the Vol. Ravenous seems just Fucking ridiculous. Metamorphosis is ridiculous. Moonrise, it's tied to a basic skill, but 20 attack speed and 15 movement speed. Man, that's so much. Man, that's so much. Yeah, So I guess between these two, either easy resource or easy vuln. That's a tough decision. Let's make the rest of the build and see. Actually, let me quickly go through bug fixes. Shields wasn't working on minions, it's kind of funny. I want to look up items real quick. There's so many crappy sites. I mostly want to see attack speed on the items. Isn't there like a site that just has items on it? I think I had one before. A resource spender is going to be the curse. It's going to be Decrepify. Decrepify is really good for engage. Okay, this is the item database site, I guess. Okay. 1.1 attacks per second. Is it? Height is 1.1. Are the other ones 1.2 then? Yeah, 1.2. Dagger's 1.2 also, yeah. And sword is 1.1. Okay, so sword is 1.1, that's good. The shield is 80%. And then the two-handed scythe is 0.9. So now that will actually use a shield, because shields have meaningful stats like armor. So 1 divided by 1.1, 0.9 times 0.8. That's a 27% damage penalty for using a one-hander versus a one-speed. Yeah, that's pretty big. And then if I like times 0.9, so you lose 34.5% damage. The other way around, you need a 50 more damage multiplier to overcome the one-hand shield versus a two-hander. that's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So if you're playing minions, you have to use a two-handed scythe. It's absolutely not even close. I thought it might be a little close, but it's not. It's not close. Okay. How many times am I looking to cast Decrepify per second? Not many, but I don't really want to have a generator, so I don't know. Okay, so we do Reapers, because they do AoE damage, and they're pretty good. Defenders and Skirmishers have their damage buffed. 30% increased damage. Mount of Thorns, negate damage, 1 additional. Each time you crit, they crit, and it deals 50% bonus crit damage. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Because if I Bone Storm, I'm just by default gonna crit a tiny amount. It's only every 3 seconds. So the crit damage base on minions is still 50. So this is 50 times 50. So it's 125 bonus damage every, let's say, 4 seconds, because it doesn't proc constantly, right? 125 every 4 seconds. I mean, I guess it's not that crazy. It's like 20% more damage. So it's about the same as just having another warrior. It's not bad, though. It's not bad. To help single target, it looks like you can actually use the warriors, which I didn't think of before. Let's do the corpse forming. What is sword wielding versus axe wielding or scythe? So different weapons have different speeds. Okay. Bone projectiles lose life. Reduce the life cost from 15 to 10. Time it dies, leave behind. Be alive for 5 seconds. It might be a little bit harder to heal minions because the big payout heal at the end won't happen as frequently anymore. Yeah. 2 essence. Extra shadow. I mean, we just do shadow mages with extra attack. Has to be bone golem. Probably should be that still. Yeah, not much change there. Decompose is still trash. Hemorrhage is still trash. Bone splinters pretty bad. It is a reap. Sweep, gain damage reduction. Max speed. Instantly kills enemies below 5% life. Might do the corpse, we'll see. Maximum essence. Create a corpse at target location. Everything else is useless. I don't think I'll use Blood Mist. We might get Thorns. We probably do get Thorns now. Just because Thorns can lucky hit off your minions. Blood Orbs heal your minions by like 15% of the HP. Okay. 3 points in that. Bone Prison. Consuming a corpse generates 2 essence. Increase damage for 6 seconds after consuming a corpse. We want that. Close enemies. Damage reduction is always good. Increase damage to distant. I don't even think that works. Skeleton mages. Decrepify. Man's going like crazy. Let's see. Times 41, that's fine. Yes, the cooldown reduction. Oh, they actually updated this. Wow, they're fast. Okay. Damaging enemies with darkness skills. Move speed. Load. Stunned. Not bad. Crit. Crit. Bone. Corpse tendrils. Fortify. I want fortify. Fortify got buffed, so that's good. Bone spirit. So maybe we don't do vulnerable. Or maybe we do vulnerable. I just don't know how good the uptime is on this. But I guess vuln damage isn't that good, so you don't really have to have vuln uptime that high. You need the corpse tendrils to just pull stuff together. Website's not updated. Well, let's see here. Oh yeah, it's not updated there. You're right. You're right. Blood wave, golem damage. I don't think it's been updated since before season 1. Oh really? Hans Edict is 2 seconds still. Bone Storm, damage reduction. So your minions get 30% of your crit, so it's 6% chance to deal 50% damage. So it's still 1 point for 3% minion damage. Let's say 3.5 because it affects your damage as well. Yeah, still probably worth it. So what does Bonded in Essence do now? Like, you used to kind of spam this, and now you don't really spam it, right? You've been healthy for at least 4 seconds. You and your minions get attack speed. If close. And what does Death's Defense do? Armor and resist. 24 resists. That's a lot. I think I can cap resists on my minions with just Mage Glyph, Golem Glyph. That's defense. Yep. Should be easy, actually. Okay. Objective minion, Army of the Dead. That is actually fairly complete. I want terror, maybe. Oh, damage to cursed. One prison. Good flesh. Reap. Okay, so skill-wise, we have Reap. 1. Crepify. 2. Corpse Tendrils. 3. Bone Storm. 4. And then Golem and Skeleton, 5 and 6. Yep, that works. I guess basic skills, let's go. No more Shadow Blight, though. I'm not going to use Protecting Aspect here. I don't even know if I'll use the extra melee skeleton, because the Reapers didn't have their damage upped. I need for the resource vampiric power. Yeah, so Decrepify still costs 10 essence, and we're gonna spam the hell out of it. I'm really not sure. It's tough to say. We also probably want to max corpse tendrils. 2 points Decrepify, or consuming a corpse generates 6 essence. Can do that. $50 thorns, or we can put the thorns. That or that. That's fine, actually, yeah. Why? Yeah, it's a pretty similar build, yeah. Okay, so Frenzied Dead, I'm gonna put that on the amulet. Frenzied Dead, yes. And the reanimation, because now it affects golems, we put that on the two-hander. I want to do pure golems. You can use both of the rework uniques. Permanent Vol and pump up more damage. Black River and Lidless are not good options at all. If you're playing minions, if you're not using a two-handed scythe, you are losing 35% damage. Losing 35% damage, to make that back up, you need to gain like 52% more damage. And that's only off of the attack speed differences. You're also not doubling this. So it's an enormous difference. Okay. Barrier. Effects that heal you beyond 100 grant a barrier. Is Temerity still trash? Like, the stats on it are really bad, right? 2 warriors. I kind of want movement speed. I like the new movement speed one. I think I actually saw it here. Did I not? Oh, I guess I didn't. I mean, okay, let's just put the Windrunner. Pretend it's that other one. Ghostwalker are way better. Unstoppable and evade. Which one's Ghostwalker? While unstoppable and for 4 seconds after, you gain increased movement speed and move freely. Whoa! That thing is insane! Thank you, bro. That's... Wow! So basically, you're just a complete idiot if you're using unique boots next season, right? Most uniques are insane. So basically, when you evade, you get unstoppable for 8 seconds. And you get 25 movement speed during that. And you get a longer evade. Holy crap. Okay. 4 seconds unstoppable. I mean, yeah, but it's almost 100%. The new unique boots. Which ones are those? Barrier. Shadow Blight. They were added to the patch at 5 p.m. All stats replaced with max life. Is that good enough to make it not awful? Each time you evade through enemies, ultimate cooldowns reduced. Oh, that's like way before. Oh, that's from before also. Minions have 7% chance to curse enemies. Stun, freeze, or mobilize any elite enemy or damage a boss. It pulls in nearby enemies. Step. Each enemy you evade through reduces your your ultimate cooldowns. Yeah, that is pretty damn good, but you lose the Ghost Walker thing, which is not good at all. Tough to say. Why don't they work together? Well, you don't get the Ghost Walker aspect if you do that. That's the problem. Oh yeah, and I don't have the ultimate cooldowns 20% reduction. That might be pretty big. Utility is what? Boots, chest, gloves, helmet, shield. Yeah. Additional, what is the thing called? Is it not called like mage? Vicious aspect. Viscous aspect. Mobility on amulet. Yeah, that's not gonna happen though, Zemi. Guess 2 warriors is pretty good. Blood getters. Blood Getter. Shielding Storm. Probably still need that. You know, I'm thinking, because there are more defensive things that you could do now, like the hardened bones. 20% DR is pretty damn good. And then the basic skill DR, we can put that on a helmet, and then we can do Viscous on gloves. And then we could do barrier here. Barrier multi, attack speed multi, movement speed, damages. How many do you have normally? Is it 3 skeleton warriors or 4? I forget. Four skeleton warriors base. 4-3-1. I mean, I still kind of want them to generate some corpses occasionally, because against like single target bosses, I will have to just spam the thing. Corpse tendrils. But yeah, with those Reapers not getting any damage boost, and the damage boost going heavily on golems for cleaves. Is Hardened Bones. Oh, Hardened Bones is just minions. Oh, I'm dumb. Yeah, I don't care about that. Oh, Disobedience I was missing. I will have to use Shadow Bone Storm if I use Disobedience, though. So let me just see what I'm missing out on. The Stand Still aspect, Inner Calm. Inner Calm, huh? Not bad, but if I'm avoiding damage, I guess it is kind of bad, actually. Ultimate Shadow. I'm gonna die a lot. You think so? I think this is a pretty sick setup. Changed how damage works. Yeah, what are you talking about, though? You still need Fizz. Frozen Orb? Nah, I don't think so. Theorycrafting. Don't need to stack it that badly anymore. What, armor? I mean, the payout for armor is still on the very top end. Full King Monstrosity. It's a pretty good setup. Now the thing is, it's probably easier to... It might be easier to edit this. Damage for every close corpse. Increased bonus to rare. Armor and damage. Yep, that's good. Dead Razor, easy. Puppeteer, easy. Cult Leader, easy. Flesh Eater. 5 corpses. Not gonna be consuming corpses all that frequently with this build. I'm not sure that's worth it. Dealing damage to a vulnerable enemy increases your damage up to 10% X. And that one is also pretty crap. All resists and elites is pretty crap. That whole thing is crap, actually. All of it. Not having any skulls in late game? Yeah, but you're playing an int class on a necro. Golem has 40 life and damage. Armor, damage while golem active. Golem damage, golem life, golem damage, golem armor. Oh, I think Flesh Horror was buffed. What? What the hell? How's that the first golem? Bro, let me just reload this thing. What do you mean 1? I literally saw it in the patch notes. Oh, right. Wait, is that the one? Okay. Massive Book of the Dead, Paragon. Flesh Horror. New minion resistance to all elements. Yeah. Yeah. So golem resist all. What about the blue ones? Are the blue ones still the same? The blue ones are still the same, yeah. A Flesh Horror is pretty good. The problem is it's like golem armor all resists. It's like, ugh. I don't think the golem needs extra armor. It might not need that resist bonus. 2 corpses, no corpses. That's always going to be active. Damage to injured armor. Damage to injured armor. Shadow resistance and life. Percent life's going to be pretty damn good. Crit damage, damage to injured, that's pretty trash. Poison resist armor, that's pretty trash. That's pretty trash. And this glyph is pretty trash. Wow, that's it's a clunker right there. Oh, that's just all terrible. Flesh Eater. So with this build, the only skill that actually consumes a corpse is the skeleton heal. I'm just not doing that very much. So I don't think that's worth it. Okay. What other glyphs might be worth it? That's the Flesh Eater. I don't think that's worth it anymore. Bone Graft. I don't think that is anything. Blood Orbs. Yeah, that would work if we go with the blood version of Corpse Tendrils, which means we have to use the Vuln thing. But that can work. Potion healing, overpower damage, blood orb healing, and life. Damage after picking up a blood orb healing. Yeah, I'm not crazy about it though. Not crazy about it. Guaranteed overpower. Shadow resist, shadow damage. Wither. Yeah, those all suck. Okay, so we're gonna go with just something that has more life on it. Potion healing life, but it's really far from that. Damage well fortified and life. That's actually pretty good. Damage well fortified. This is somewhat efficient. Life, blood orb healing. Life regen. Life armor. Ooh. All resists. Life armor. It's nice. Do I have those? Have those. Minion life, we don't care about that. Golem life, doesn't need it. Guess this is probably worth getting then. Just some shadow life. Okay. Yeah, I'd say that bone graft is gonna be it. That. Dexterity, willpower, intelligence, dexterity, intelligence. Alright, yeah, it's all the same. This'll non-fizz damage. We have that in already. Magic nodes. Troll glyph, we don't have that right now. That might be good. You and your minions deal X 15 damage. Shadow damage. Dead Razor. I mean, we could get the Vuln Glyph still. Still an X10 with some damage bonus. We just don't really give a crap. It's in Bloodbath. But it shouldn't be. Yeah, it's probably still the exploit glyph. We just don't really care that much about it. Do resist all int. That. How do I get the dexterity requirement? It's pretty steep, huh? Own skill damage. Yikes. 2 dexterity nodes. Maybe that's not so bad. Do something like that. Yeah. Is there a better way to link it? Instead of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Because that's the dexterity node there too. Okay. And then these are pretty good. Let me see. Damage to injured. Something like that. I have the life. Resist all life. I mean, this is a bit of a rough framework. Skeleton warrior damage, we don't need that. Armor clad, what does that do now? I know they have to have changed it. Minion armor. Just check the glyphs. So I have Dead Razor, Mage, Amplify. Oh wait, I don't have the Golem node. The Golem glyph. Wait, yeah, we have to get the Golem glyph. Dead. Where is it here? Thought I saw. thought the golem glyph gave like resist to the golem. Wait, they didn't change that one? Oh no, it's life. Oh, whoops. Okay. Willpower. Okay, let's see. How good is willpower here? 34. It's not very good. It's the golem glyph. Did they not buff the golem glyph? Armor, golem damage. Hulking monstrosity. Yeah, that's the legendary glyph. Necromancer. The best board for willpower is Scent of Death and Blood Begets Blood. Scent of Death. Bonus to magic. Willpower's like up there though in some cases. But yeah. Might be worth. Okay, what else has good willpower? Hulking monstrosity has 44. Wither 49. What do I have in hulking monstrosity? I have the mage glyph. Yeah, that's not that amazing. All rare. I can go for magic there. Rare node bonus. So I can put the mage glyph in the starter. I can put the rare buffing node. No, it sucks there. No, yeah. The rare buffing node has to be there. How much int is, what's this called? Bone graft. Not good. Flesh Eater has the most int. A lot of tough calls here. Mage glyph got changed though, right? Did it not? Darkness and Scourge. Mage Paragon glyphs, 35 to all minion resists. That's a really good bonus. I think that will actually go a long way. But yeah, fine, I guess. Yeah, I don't want int there. Willpower, huh? Int, no dexterity, no strength, no dexterity, no dexterity. Int there, I guess? Oh man, that's only one willpower node up there. 2, 3. Oh no, it has this willpower node, I take it back. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3. I would have to get a resist all, but actually I would rather get resist all. Resist all nodes are actually pretty worth. If we go that way, we can save one there. Or willpower. $20 damage per 5. That willpower is just kind of hard to get. They change resistances. Yeah, they fix kind of. Golem damage. I'm missing quite a lot of willpower. The top willpowers are Scent of Death and Blood Begets Blood. Blood begets blood. Blood orbs, and we can get like a little bit of life pretty easily. Guess that's not terrible. Flesh Eater, is it? No, Scent of Death. Scent of Death is this one, which I do have. But I would effectively not use this glyph. Amplify. I think I'm going to do that. I think we're dropping Amplify. Go back to Exploit. Uh... 30, 25 dexterity. That's actually pretty good. That's very efficient. We have exploit for damage. We're gonna lose amplify here for Golem. And for Golem, it has unfortunately willpower scaling. You know what? Let's do this the other way. I mean, 1-point armors, I'd still get them, right? I'd still get them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pretty short. We're missing one. That's the one we're missing. Okay. Okay. What's the best way to link up this mess? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 there. 1 there. Not even that bad. 1, 2, 3. I think. I have to have that willpower. Int. Yeah, that looks kind of weird, but yeah, I guess. Or it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 int strength willpower. This is 2 int strength dexterity. Fine, it really doesn't matter. And this is a 54 willpower golem node. Is crazy. Okay, I'm happy with that. Want this. I want more golem damage. Golem damage. I have the golem damage. Just fine. 1, 2, 3, 5. Damage. Damage. Oh, I don't have points for damage. Okay. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And we have 6 there also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Bonus has 4 life on it. That has 4 all resists. But I think the other bonuses are just straight up better. Armor, damage, shadow resist. No, that one might be worse. 4, 5, 6. 7. 5, 6. Graft, it's at, what is that? 5, 6. Damage. Okay, let's just see these other points then. Int is better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 2 int. That's 1 int, so that's worse. We're good yet? This is up to debate. $30. For all res. Yeah, honestly, I think that's worth it. Looks pretty good to me. Very point efficient from there as well. We get double golem damage on that one. Pretty sick. We hit up like almost the entire golem board. Feeling pretty happy about that. Some of those stat requirements might be a little rough. Have the golem glyph there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. It's Quadra int. Can't touch that on the others. Jesus, it's like really good. We're gonna move this over again. 6 goes to O. The same number of points, it's just the ints are the best. I think. Do we have any 2-point int nodes here? Actually don't. It's pretty amazing. It's 225 Paragon points, right? Or is there more? I guess dexterity is probably better than willpower. Shadow Res. 25 is correct. Okay. Yeah, I literally want 1 point. I want golem damage. I don't know how to get it. Little bit of armor there. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know how to get it. I guess we can drop skeleton mage damage. For golem damage. Maybe? 2% HP. 50 armor. Oh, I don't even have the other 50 armor. That's better also. I guess blue armor nodes, maybe. I have a couple blue armor nodes I can get. Resist all. Golem damage is probably gonna be from Bone Storm. What are you talking about, dude? No. Bone golems hit really hard. Like I played that build. I made a build around it, and it was good. Shadow damage, shadow bolt. Yep. Yep. Gonna fix this up real quick here. Where did I have points? I had points in terror. Damage enemies with darkness skills. They take 6% increased shadow damage from your minions for 2 seconds, stacked up to 3 times. I guess that's quite a lot of single target damage. Darkness skills deal. That's probably not worth it though. Repify. Shadow Blight? Yeah, there's no Shadow Blight. They nerfed the Shadow minion build. tendrils, generate 2 essence. Yeah, I'm not really spamming corpses at all, so. Thorns, we have to have a little bit of thorns. Whoops. Oh. Just do it all over again. So Reap with attack speed and corpse formation, that's good. Not using Blood Mist in this. Scaly Warriors, 1 point thorns. We will still consume a corpse every like 6 seconds or so. But I think if we keep this up, it might screw with the other. We might not use like healing on the skeletons as much. Close enemies, Decrepify, CDR Decrepify, Damage to Cursed, Mages. I'm not convinced that Distant works, and it won't even work in many cases. So maybe I'll get like free Vuln. Like we're going back to this thing. There is one more actually. There is the 20% cooldown reduction on Bone Storm. I mean, I really don't know. I'm kind of liking this because I can spam it to my heart's content, but I also have the basic skill that I have to use pretty regularly with this build, so really, it's really not too bad. Like my essence regen is going to be decent, I think. Hydra's nerfed, guys. Hydra is nerfed. They like 5x the damage on Hydra, and then they took away the scaling based on the target's health. But that was all of its damage. That was all of it. Because in high nightmare dungeons, the targets would have ridiculous health. So, I mean, I don't know if they nerfed it by like 99% or like 90% or maybe 80%. But basically, Hydra, when you're leveling up through the campaign, is going to be way better. But then when you start doing like nightmare dungeons, especially the high level ones, it's going to be way worse. Forget that all monsters are nerfed? Yeah, we'll see. Thank you, Richin. 104, thank you. I really like this idea of movement speed scaling. And then we actually convert the movement speed with Ravenous. That's so spicy. I love that. Blood and Iron got damage buffs. No, the Bone Golem is the best one by a colossal margin. Trust me. Not only did I play that build, I actually played that build 3 times so far. Okay? Just trust me, okay? You don't have to look up which golem does more damage. If you have reasonable attack speed on your minions, the Bone Golem does way more damage. The Blood Golem does like a little bit more single target. But in single target, your mages are going to do the bulk of it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. The Iron Golem is decent if you have like crazy CDR, but they really nerfed that aspect of it quite a lot, so I wouldn't really recommend the Iron Golem anymore. I think the Iron Golem, especially with the Vuln nerfs, is completely like off the table. Blood is pretty good because of survivability bonus and the single target damage, but then Bone is like it's like the Bone Golem does like 20% less damage than the Blood, except he does it to like every target on the screen. So, you know, I don't know how many times more damage is a lot. It's not insubstantial. Well, okay, The blood active doesn't do that much damage. The blood golem just does more single target with his punching ability. Also, it says the basic attack damage was increased. Actually, they nerfed the cooldowns. The active doesn't scale from the basic. The active is just a % damage. So actually, they buffed Bone Golem more than the other two golems, unless it's written badly. It could be written badly. But yeah. Still not sure what I pick here. I have a feeling I might not need the resource. So maybe we do the auto Valm. Your Conjuration Companion, Minion, and Bat Familiar attacks deal 50% control enemies. Lucky hit. Up to 30% chance to inflict Vampiric Curse. No. No. Can't, I don't know. Maybe minions don't have a lucky hit. Their lucky hit is based off of thorns and using certain skills. So if that continues to be the case, then they're not going to put up that curse a lot of the time. They're just not. So actually, I think, especially for clear, I think you have to go Vuln Corpse Tendril. So this is off the table. Now this one, we might not need the resource restore. If we need the resource, this is it. But if we don't, I think I'm going to use the CDR on Bone Storm just to help the uptime. Because 20 CDR is not trivial. So I think we always go Vuln there. Corpse Formation, Fortify. Movement speed. This one's only against crowd control. Against trash clear, the only thing that does darkness skill damage is the skeleton mages. Against trash clear, their damage is going to be pretty trivial. Against single target, their damage is going to be a lot. But most single target that's going to stay alive a meaningful amount are going to be bosses. And bosses are not going to be slowed. So I think we don't get terror on this one. But this one is, when you damage enemies' darkness skills, so this will work on bosses. So this is just full on. So that one's pretty good. We can keep that. Get Bone Storm. I think Bonded in Essence might be kind of bad because our only corpse skill is the Priest. The Priest now lasts 7 seconds and then it triggers this. But we want to keep up the damage bonus, so we have to use that ability every 6 seconds. So we might not get a whole lot there. We'll see how minion survivability works. Golem. They nerfed Shadow Blight with minions, so that's out. 54 skills. That means I missed something. Oh yeah, I missed Corpse Tendril skills. That leaves 0 for Bonded in Essence if we wish to max Corpse Tendrils. And I might wish to max Corpse Tendrils. Death Defense gives minion life and it gives minion armor and minion resists. I think eventually I'll have capped minion resists, so maybe the minion armor doesn't count for much, and maybe we just go for bonded in essence. Or hell, something else, right? Decrepify offers damage reduction, but I noticed that when I have a high level of Decrepify, the monsters, get this, they move too slow. Like, it takes longer for them to engage with your minions. Like, if Decrepify didn't slow them more, but did give more damage reduction, I'd put points in it. But I don't recommend points in Decrepify right now. Kind of dumb. Okay. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. I have to change this up though. Frenzied Dead. The Dead. Reanimation. Seated. What was the other one? Ultimate Shadow. Ultimate Shadow. Aspect of Might. Disobedience, Disobedience. Viscous instead of Blighted. Blighted will not work very well. Aspect of Shielding Storm. Not Blood Getters. Ghostwalker. Didn't leave room for my Shaco. That's right. I didn't. Yeah, Shaco sucks. 4 skills to what? Reap? It's bad on Decrepify. Shaco for this build literally gives you 4 skills on Corpse Tendrils. It might as well just say +4 Corpse Tendrils. Doesn't do anything else. So yeah, Shaco's actually kind of awful. I mean, 20 DR is, I guess, pretty good. Yeah, I don't know how I would make that work, though. Andes. I'd have to look at Andes, but... Save, changes the link. Double check that it actually works, because I've had this bug out before, and I lose everything, and I don't really want to lose everything right now. Shake confirmed bad. Yeah, dude. Confirmed. Okay. I'm still using this website. I mean, I haven't really made a build in a while. I mean, it's not very polished, but I've kind of learned how to use it just to set it up for the rough aspect of it. But no, I'm eventually going to put it on Mobalytics and have a actual guide for you guys. And by eventually, I mean sometime this week, so. Doombringer? Doombringer's a one-handed sword. I don't think I'm using that. I don't even know what uniques I would use. I'm not sure I'd use any. Double your crit damage. Would I use Mendeln? It would be fairly infrequent procs. I don't even know what stats I'd go for anymore. I guess vol damage is still decent. I guess. I think that's going to do it for me, though. It's been a bit of an interesting build crafting session. Thank you guys for participating in it, helping me out a little bit. I will have some build guides up in the coming days. Just kind of wanted to get a, a big picture look into the patch. Lidless. Now, the Bone Storm doesn't do that much damage. Alright, I'm heading out of here.